Hello folks, this is Donald Carlisle, School Superintendent and Principal of Long Lake CSD. Another segment of Carlisle's Corners coming your way. Today I have Tina Thompson Pine. I saw that. And
either way.
You'll respond to it. What grade are you teaching these days?
I teach a combined 5th and 6th grade.
Interesting. Is this the first year to do that, or have you done that for a while?
I've done that for a number of years.
Really?
I can't remember. I don't know.
You know, in Maine they call that multi-age
Yes.
teaching. Another example of that. But before we go there, let's go back in time. In my research, the library must be a comfortable place for you because you were a library aide, I believe it was?
Yes.
Tell us about that. When was that?
When I first started here, which was 15 or 16 years ago, I started as the elementary librarian, and I worked in this space. It was perfect because my 2 daughters were young at the time, and so starting out as a teaching assistant was the perfect transition into coming back to work because I had taken 6 years off to stay home with my daughters.
Yes.
So this was perfect. So I was in the elementary library for a couple of years, and then I went to 5th grade and taught just 5th grade, and then Gary Baker, the 6th grade teacher, retired, and so I moved to 6th grade and taught just 6th grade for a couple of years, and then it's been a combined 5-6 classroom since then.
Interesting. So this is you've gone full circle back to
Yeah.
here again. Now one thing you mentioned, didn't mention it, that I know, is that your husband was a legendary social studies teacher here.
He is now a legendary social studies teacher in Indian Lake, yes.
Which is where you were born and raised.
I was in Blue Mountain Lake, yes.
Oh, Blue Mountain.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your college experience. That must be, did you go back to school? Did you go through a traditional path? What was your college experience like?
I went directly from high school to college for 4 years, and then I had been accepted to med school, ended up not continuing with, not really going that direction. My husband and I moved out west. We ski bummed for a while and lived in Utah and played there and hiked and snowshoed and skied and such for a while, and then decided, okay, I guess we really do need to get jobs and get ourselves going. So we ended up moving back to the area. We lived outside of Saratoga. I worked for the Department of Defense, and then we slowly moved our way back to the to Indian Lake, Blue Mountain Lake area when we decided we wanted to have kids, and because we wanted our kids around their grandparents. So.
That would make for a good book, actually. And people wouldn't know that unless they know you personally. They wouldn't know of your experiences in going west. And I always tell the youngsters, today I had a fireside chat with them, 8th grade through 12th grade. And sometimes I'll tell them, make sure you go away, but you come back and finish here, which is kind of like what you did.
Yeah.
You had your experiences. I bet you don't regret that at all.
Oh gosh, no. No.
Very nice. Not everyone has that level of confidence to do that. They're afraid to leave their region. You know.
Well, and it was hard because both of our parents grew up during the Depression, so the idea of going someplace that you'd never been and didn't have a job and was completely foreign to them and was completely irresponsible. You know, so both sets of parents thought we were completely crazy to move out west and not have a plan. But it worked out beautifully, and we worked and we skied and we played, and life was great.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Going back to that fireside chat, I'd like your insight on this. I was talking to the students this morning about grit, and I looked at some research from actually some seasoned teachers who were saying the difference between today's students and yesterday's students is that today's students are a little soft. And I don't care if we're talking about 5th and 6th grade or we're talking about a senior in high school. What is your take on that concept? Do you see today's generation of kids as any different? And I know we have a small sampling, you know, so we have a big school here, but what are your thoughts on that? And another piece of that too is, and I'm going to tie it in there a bit, is the idea of self-discipline. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and pick up on grit and self-discipline. So folks, we'll be right back.